Hey guys, welcome back to the second part of my CSI Fatal Conspiracies playthrough. In the first part we just was looking through the crime scene, just getting the evidence from the crime scene, and in this episode we're going to start off by going through the evidence that we did collect. Mainly what we collected was soot samples. So that's what we're going to start looking at in today's episode. I decided that the quality in the first bit wasn't what I really wanted, so I've decided to bump up a bit and hopefully it will be okay. It should definitely be better, but hopefully it'll be okay for me to render and record. This game is pretty simple, you just have to match up the lines. Pretty self-explanatory really. Pretty simple as that. And I'll give you the chemical.
There's quite a bit of carbon from where it burned. But there's also wheat flour, tapioca starch, and sodium carboxymethylcellulose.
Yeah,
what I'm not seeing are any animal proteins. You know what? I think this is a vegan pastry of some kind. A muffin from the size of it.
Okay, does that help us, or we'll see. Right, next one. We've got plenty to do. All the soot samples Sarah wanted. Sarah is in charge, of course, as she deserves to be. Yeah, I just prefer Sarah.
The soot from the break room contains carbon, acetone, and T-butyl mercaptan. That's the odorant they use in natural gas. Acetone is sometimes used as an accelerant. We should test the rest of the soot we've collected.
I was getting to that. Come on, give me a chance, Sarah. I mean, I love you, but come on. I do have some brains. Well, I hope I do. Probably not compared to her, I don't, but... Oh, I've got it already, sorry. That's just me being slow.
Lots of carbon, some acetone, and trace amounts of T-butyl mercaptan. That's the second sample of soot to contain acetone. Let's keep analyzing the soot samples we've collected. I think we're onto something.
Let's do this last one. Hopefully it'll contain acetone, because that means that it will probably definitely be arson. If it does contain acetone.
It's mostly carbon, but there are traces of volcanic minerals in acetone. The mud at the spa is made of volcanic ash. If the acetone is an anomaly. We have acetone, a known accelerant, in samples of soot taken from every room in the spa. We've got a gas leak that looks to be the result of tampering. The drywall here has been ventilated to get around its natural fireproofing. And then there's this acetone residue over every inch of the place. Throw a muffin in the toaster oven at 450 degrees. Then just leave it in there without setting the timer. Sounds like a recipe for arson.
Well, they've made it look like a man, so if the suspect's a woman, we can rule that out.
Hey there, it's Dr. Robbins. Just
Hey,
wanted
Doc.
to let you know I've completed the autopsy on your burn victim.
Okay. Let's go. Oh, I've done the wrong thing. Locations. Let's go to morgue. Oh, I mean, it's not as bad now, but...
Hey, Doc, we got your call.
All right, let's begin.
Let's... Who is she?
Well, her bikini probably left no room for imagination, nor an ID, but I did collect her fingerprints and DNA for you.
She's Doc. What's the cause of death?
Take a look at the third-degree burns on your victim's hands and face. You can probably tell that they were above the surface of the mud during the initial explosion and subsequent fire. In addition to the burns to her skin, she suffered thermal injury to her upper airway. She inhaled a substantial amount of smoke and hot gases from the fire. Carboxyhemoglobin levels in her blood exceeded 73%. Cause of death was suffocation due to carbon monoxide poisoning. In a fire that intense, carbon monoxide levels would spike rapidly. She probably fell unconscious pretty quick. Most likely, she slipped under the mud after losing consciousness.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go like that. When did she die?
Time of death is going to be difficult to determine. Even without the fire, the initial temperature of the mud bath complicates my ability to offer an accurate estimate. I was able to extract samples of the vitreous humor from both eyes. Potassium accumulation in the tissue indicates time of death between 3 and 4 a.m.
That's consistent with when the fire started.
No shit. Any signs of foul play, Doc?
Not exactly, but take a look at this bruising on her arm. Does that look like a handprint to you?
Yeah. Looks like someone grabbed her pretty hard.
From the coloration of the bruising, I'd say it occurred at least 6 to 12 hours prior to death. I certainly find no indication she was lying in that mud over a prolonged period of time.
We need to get a photo of those bruises. My camera's memory card is full. You mind documenting this one?
I'll wait.
It's a bit of a bad excuse, isn't it? The camera on my memory card's full. And how can I get down? It's not letting me. Damn you, game. Okay. That's weird. Let's take a pic.
Nice composition.
Anything else for us? Anything else we should know about?
Maybe. Your victim had advanced mesothelioma. It's a type of cancer that attacks the lining of the vital organs. It's thought to be caused most often by exposure to asbestos. It looks as though it was an ongoing problem for her. I discovered indications of a pleurectomy, the removal of the outermost lining of the lungs. From the scar tissue, that surgery probably took place a few years ago. She may have thought she was out of the woods. Unfortunately, I found an active malignancy in her pericardium, the lining of her heart. She didn't have long to live.
Oh. Did she know she had cancer?
Well, the pleurectomy obviously suggests at one point she knew she had cancer. But there's no way to know whether she was aware it had recently metastasized to her heart. I ran an expanded tox screen. She hadn't been taking any cancer medications, and I didn't find any tissue damage from possible radiation treatments. I did, however, find evidence of a persistent, dare I say, habitual use of cannabis. You know, a Harvard Medical School study concluded that one of the active chemicals in marijuana, THC, may in fact inhibit the growth of certain tumor classifications, even though it says right there in the press release that the growth of some other tumors might actually be accelerated by THC. A man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest, right? So now the idea that weed cures cancer is spreading far and wide.
Thanks.
Anytime.
Right, so I guess we'll go and see Pete Baja in his office. I guess that's the next stop that we should do. Nice little cutscene of Vegas in daytime.
Looks like Mr. Baja isn't here. But we could always knock.
Yeah, let's can we get the clean sun? The sun's happened. I guess it's just hair.
No answer. No answer.
Okay, I guess he's not here, so let's go and see Brass. See if he's got anything for us. Can you bring Pete Baja in for questioning?
You have enough evidence?
Not really.
Then the best thing you can do is to get him to volunteer to come in.
Oh, thanks, Jim. You're helpful. Oh yeah, I guess we need to figure out who she actually is. That's a good point. Let's do that. We do need a name, really. See if we can get one. This is another pretty simple thing. Oh,
She's not in CODIS.
okay. That's not a good sign. Let's see if her fingerprints are in the system.
Our victim's not an APHIS. Our Jane Doe doesn't seem to be in the system. Maybe Pete Baja knows her.
Okay, so we really need to see him now. If he's not in, then I'm stuck already. Oh, different cutscene, he must be in. Lovely.
Oh, hey you two. I just got back. What do you need?
Can you identify a body for us?
We found an unidentified female victim in one of the mud baths at the spa.
God, Portia.
Portia?
No!
Who's Portia? If I click it, who's Portia?
Portia Wiseman. She's the manager at the spa. She's the only other one with a key. Just the thought that she might have been in there when it went up. I'm sorry, it's just horrible.
So will you come with us?
We can't be sure who she is until we get a positive identification.
Of course. Let me lock up here.
so he shuts the door in our face.
Oh, Portia. No. What were you doing in there?
Actually, we were hoping you could help us shed some light on that. Would you mind answering a few more questions?
Sure.
Well, at least we got him involuntarily. But that is a good place to end this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Episode 3 coming soon, and I'll see you guys later. Love us.